Cabin crew, take your seats.
Hello from Amsterdam. I'm sat at the airport in Amsterdam. It's my first time being at the airport in Amsterdam. I've never been to the Netherlands before. I'm only here for a few hours waiting for a flight transfer, so I won't get to go and explore. But it's a nice sunny summer day. It's the 2nd of July now. And yeah, observations so far include that this airport involves a lot of walking. Left Urbana last night. Don't think I'm ready to talk about it yet, but we'll come back to it. Good morning from Kelvingrove Park in Glasgow, Scotland. I've just sat on the terrace and had some breakfast. I have been here before, actually, to this very park. Really nice to have some nature to sit in when getting here right away. It's also very nice to have landed in like a familiar place, and to have phone service. Really easy to navigate around with phone service, which I have not ever had when I've solo backpacked internationally before. Got a good night's sleep after a long time of not really sleeping very much. Everyone's out walking their dogs. Things have felt very, very calm and peaceful. I haven't been stressed out about anything. It's been really nice. Been just generally taking care of myself and sinking into this new reality of my body being my home and not really having a home. I think obviously it's going to take longer than 2 days for that to fully set in. This morning I'm feeling a bit scared about it, but I think it'll be okay. Once that becomes normalized, it'll be okay. And I'm planning on breaking up the wild camping with hostel stays every now and again, maybe like once a week, just in case I don't have a good opportunity to like wash clothes or things, or to take a shower every now and again. Just a quick shout out to Octavio Cuesta and Iona Fife, who have been super, super kind. Messaging with me, and Octavio especially helping me figure out what phone service and the amount of planning that needed to go into scheduling ferries and whatnot, and to Katie Schatt, who helped me with realizing I needed to think through ferry ticket planning way ahead of time. And to Emily McCown, who forced snacks onto me before I left the US. The snacks have been the only thing I've eaten the past 2 days, so thank you, Emily, for keeping me fed. Seriously. And it's been really lovely hearing from everyone back home. People keep sending me little messages, wishing me well, and sharing things that they didn't get to share before I left. And it's made me really happy to read. I love you all and miss you all. And special shout out to Brigitte Pieka, who I did not get to see before I left, but who I'm starting making these videos at the request of. Hi! It's about midnight. I've finally arrived in Malek, which is on the coast, the western coast somewhere, of Scotland. Right. I'll show you my setup here. I'm in the train station, and I'm camping in the train station. I'm gonna sleep here until tomorrow morning. Things I would never do in the US that I would do in Scotland. This falls under that category. I feel really safe here. I'm seriously not concerned at all about safety. It's pretty light out actually because we're far north and it's, you know, like July 3rd. So the sun does set, but it doesn't get fully dark here. I've just been setting up. Thank you to Katie Schatt for lending me her air mattress and her sleeping quilt and tent. I haven't put up the tent. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna try to get some sleep. Good night. Good morning! I'm sleeping in like this wind shelter, the weather shelter, but there's like half a foot of open space near the bottom, and wind was coming in all night through that, and that's, you know, of course where I was because I was on the ground sleeping. And it kept me really sheltered and dry and warm, so I am feeling way more confident now about wild camping. I think that I will probably be able to not die of hypothermia, yay! Which most of you know is one of my biggest concerns. I've got a visitor this morning. I have nothing for you, just an apple, eh? Sorry, puppy, I don't have any food. Hey! That's not nice. Yeah, I woke up around 5:40 to some train passengers from London heading home. They gave me an apple, which was really nice. No, the night went really smoothly. There was a man named Neil who was here cleaning the train for a lot of the night. And so, very luckily, he put me back in to use the bathroom, which I really desperately needed. And after that, I was able to sleep just fine. I've had the song Dream Angus by Jackie Oates stuck in my head all morning. It's a good song. Bit of a wander around Malek before catching the ferry. Also looking for a bathroom somewhere. It's so pretty here. Very happy to have discovered a public bathroom, thanks to directions from the co-op worker. And there's a public shower here, so I'm going to have a shower before I catch the ferry. Hello from the Calmac Ferry. Just arrived here. There's really nothing else to say. I am headed to Southwest, as has already been stated multiple times, for Salos Summer School, which I'm sure I'm pronouncing it correctly, but we'll find out when we get there. Showered up, had a nice hot shower, which is so good, at the public bathroom, and then grabbed some food from the co-op. I am really happy. Really happy. Sleeping outside, living out of my backpack, having time to process my anxieties and only my body to focus on, only my body's needs to meet. Having the freedom to go anywhere. This is when I'm happiest. This is the level of control over my life that feels balanced to me. This is the lifestyle in which my mind thrives, and I am so happy. So happy. And to be in Western Scotland, to be in Scotland again, realizing today how much I love the UK, to have come here again for a long period of time, and it just doesn't disappoint. Everything about it is so good. I've had so many good interactions with other people in the past 2 days that I've been here. Good interactions with the natural world as well. And everywhere I've traveled through, different songs keep coming to mind that resonate with names of different places. Having the opportunity to put landscape to the names of music that I've been listening to and singing for several years now. It feels good and right, and I'm really grateful for this opportunity, and thank you so much to everyone who has answered my annoying travel question messages and given advice and reference checked me when they haven't thought that my plans sounded right. Thank you to everyone who gave me money and donated to this trip. I am so appreciative, and I am so excited to learn and share more music. Magic. Met some lovely people on the ferry. Just happened to sit next to me, Christine and Nick, who were homeschool parents. We connected right away over that. It felt really good to connect with them. And then we got here, and then as I continued on for what would have been about a 3-mile walk, I walked maybe half of the way, and then lo and behold, I hear my name being shouted, and I turn around and there's Nick running up behind me. He's like, "Hey, Layla." Christine happened to glance out the window and there you were. So would you like a ride? So they had me in for tea. They made me a cup of nice warm tea, which I haven't had a hot beverage in days and days and days. It was super nice. And we chatted some more. And then they dropped me off on their way to, they were walking at Eriksay, which is another island just south of here, I think. Oh, this landscape is so beautiful. Oh, I love you, Scotland. Oh, the marshes with the lily pads. Anyway, to carry on with story time, they dropped me off. I went in, was immediately flooded with anxiety. The past several days have been amazing. I haven't had any anxiety really, or if I have, I've been able to just deal with it and it's just in myself. But boy, golly, put me in a room full of people, especially after being mostly alone, or only talking to like one or two other people for the past few days, and I was just overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed by the number of people. I was overwhelmed because I was late. I was overwhelmed because I didn't understand what classes I was signed up for and where to be and where the rooms were and how it all worked. But everyone was really kind, got me all sorted, I think, and I feel right at home besides the social anxiety of being at the school. I'm roped into doing Gaelic drama now. I'm going to be a runner in a play at the end of the week. We'll see how that goes. And then after that class, there was a free Georgian harmony singing class taught by a woman from Georgia whose name I'm not remembering, but I will include when I find out. And that was so cool. There's a lamb. There's a lamb. We also have 10% battery left. Hello, cute sheepies. And I'm walking now to St. Peter's Church. There will be a piping concert here tonight. This is dinner. Tortilla, dipping it pesto, sardines. So good. I appreciate food so much more when I'm living this way as opposed to when I'm living like in a house. Like everything tastes so good when you're backpacking and you have to like think strategically about, oh, what can I get? What meets all these different nutritional needs? What is delicious? What saves well? You know, what can I save for later? Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever tasted anything so good as these sardines right now. This is a secret, so don't tell anyone. I am in St. Peter's Church when it's supposed to be closed. The sacrosanct, which is the person who takes care of the space of the church and cleans and makes sure things are orderly and locks up and unlocks the church, came in and found me. I'd come in here after having some food outside, and it had started to rain, and she saw me. She was like, "Oh, are you all right?" And she was American, and she was from Illinois, and her name is Sandy, and she's very nice. And she said she's been living here for 20 years, and she's going to leave the church unlocked for me. But I can't tell any friends. I can't bring any friends in. But thank you, Sandy. It was lovely meeting you.
And I really appreciate you leaving the church unlocked so that I could have some shelter from the wind and rain. Can you hear the wind? That's the wind. It's really windy. Now you can see the sky better. I kind of just want to go to sleep. But I'm not because I'm in Scotland. So I'm gonna go listen to some Scottish piping music.
Good morning. First night of the time went really well. I camped outside of a church. I don't think I'm supposed to be camped outside of a church, but I am because I was freaking out about not knowing where to camp because there's like rules around wild camping in Scotland. You're not supposed to camp like in villages. But it was really late at night. I'm so tired and I don't want to walk like a mile out of town. And you're also not supposed to camp in farmers' fields. And I'm like, I don't know how to tell if it's a farmer's field and what's not a farmer's field. So we just camped at the church because there's no one here. Pretty hidden from sight. No one has come and told me I needed to leave. So that's nice. Tent held up really well. It's been really windy all night, but that doesn't bother me. It was really warm all night, except for like one period where I got cold. But after that I was fine. I'm so sleepy. I do not want to get up. But I have to be there in an hour. And as you can tell, I look a mess. And I have to tear down still. So time to get up. Here we go.
New camping spot by the sea, courtesy of Colin, who was kind enough to tell me about it and drive me out here. I'm gonna go run to the beach. St. Peter's Hall, and there was a piping concert, and the hall was just full of community members getting ready to listen to the piping, and everyone, this man came up and he handed me a dram of whiskey. I do love whiskey, and at first I said no, but then they were like, what? I'm like, I'm in a new country, you can't refuse if someone offers you something like that. It's a sign of being welcomed into the community, you know. And so I did drink it, and I'm glad that I did, because it would have been a totally different experience had I not. You know, coming in from the cold and the wind and the wet all day, everyone being blown about, and gathering in this warm space, having their drams of whiskey, and feeling fire inside of them, and then the piping begins. And it's beautiful, beautiful piping, and everyone in the room starts tapping their feet in unison, and the rhythms change, and the tapping changes with them. And they start singing in Gaelic, everyone in the room, to the pipes. Songs that they've known their whole lives. And I've never had a musical experience like that in my life. I'm going to a concert tonight of singers who are the teachers at this summer school, and they're some of the finest Gaelic singers in the world.
In school, and she fell in love with, she was from North Tulsa, and she fell in love with a fellow McRae who was a fisherman. Eventually he was a fisherman, but he was in school with her, and she fell in love madly with him. And eventually they got married, and they brought up a big family, and they lived happily ever after. So there you go, and it goes. When Wood gives me and hopefully you'll all help raise the roof, because I need all the help I can get.
Selkie boy, swim from the shore.
find your mind of its human matter. Hear us and hasten higher our voices, offering welcome and killing our joy. Higher our voices, offering welcome and drawing you down to where you belong.
Turn, set to the second. Keep turning your partners. All join hands, advance. Joins to the left.
En hi hyrwch yn mynd drwy dri chile, hi'n hasyn iddo, bat y fi chile, agus nos nes i'n tewn naw. So, beth?
Och the early voice
travel diary. This is not, this really isn't a travel vlog actually. I'm not filming things for other people to see, and I am not making these videos to encourage tourism or travel or anything really. I don't see myself as a tourist, certainly. I don't see myself as sampling aspects of a culture, which I guess brings us to what this story is. And I think I don't really know quite exactly myself yet, but what I do know is that I'm following something.
But it's not even following as much as it is that this thing is moving me and bringing me places. And anyway, it's not a travel vlog. I'm not here to observe people, and I'm not here to film them and show the rest of the world my perception of who they are and what they are and what their culture is. That's not what I'm doing here. It's not even an immersion in a culture for me, it's something I can't explain, but something very, very real, and something that I don't think is really meant to be experienced by viewers so much as it is something that I am experiencing without really having control over it. And I'm not sure what I'm going to show. I'm not sure what I'm going to film. I'm not sure what I'm going to share. And I think, yeah. Life right now for me is not about expectations or proving things or generating anything. I have no plan, and I'm overwhelmed by the certainty of following the absence of a plan that is thought out to me so much as that becomes apparent to me moment to moment, because there certainly is one. And I really don't know what's next until next presents itself to me. And there have been some really unexpected nexts so far. Really incredible nexts. Yeah. So here's to those who want to stick around, I guess, for whatever this ends up being.